I can't wait to get started with you on making your very own Zantangle 3D shapes. You might be wondering what a 3D shape is or what a Zantangle is. I can't wait to tell you all about it as we do this next project. Let's get started. We are going to be working on your awesome Zantangle 3D shapes. So first of all, you'll need scissors, tape, a Sharpie, and your templates. So the templates I have in front of me here are the pyramid, triangular prism, cylinder, and cube. Make sure that you are working on a space that is okay to get marked on because we are using Sharpies. I like to put a big piece of paper underneath my work so that if I accidentally go off the page, it only marks on the paper and not on my table. You might be wondering, what is a Zantangle? What is a Zantangle? A Zantangle is a design that you repeat over and over and over again. And the reason they call it a Zantangle is that the idea of Zen is that you're meditating or you're thinking deeply or calmly, and drawing these patterns is very calming for some people. So on my cube, I'll do some examples of Zantangle designs that you might want to do. One of the really easy ones is stripes. You can do diagonal stripes. You can do diagonal stripes in the other direction. You can do horizontal stripes, or you can do vertical stripes. There's all different ways that you could do stripes in your Zantangle. Another common Zantangle design that you might want to do is dots. You can do little ones, you can do bigger ones, you can do teeny tiny dots, you can do like I am doing and do a mix of dots. However you decide to do dots is up to you. You can also do zigzags. You can do tight zigzags like this. You can do looser zigzags like this. Patterns that you like, for example, hearts. Other Zantangle designs that you might want to do, what about little raindrops or snowflakes? Usually in a Zantangle design, you'll keep one design in each box. I didn't do that to show you how to do it, but you can do all kinds of lines and designs. Here I'm doing curved lines, thick curved lines. Just let your mind wander. Don't think too hard. Repeat your patterns, just like that. And here I've got kind of a plaid pattern. That looks great. You can leave it just like that. If you want to know how to do a checkerboard, you fill in every other square, just like this, every other square. Sometimes I have seen campers that want to choose one color. Here I'll do green, and that's the only color I'm going to use on this cube, and add a tiny bit of color, not a lot, just like a tiny bit here and there. That's okay if you want to add a little bit of color, but I suggest that you try to keep it minimal, because the effect of a Zantangle really shines when you keep it minimal. And that's how I would do my first Zantangle. Now you have a bunch of these to do. We're just going to cut out this one for our first try. So once I've made my Zantangle and I've cut it out, you might notice I didn't draw on these little tabs. That's because they're going to get folded in, and I'll show you how now. On every dotted line, you're going to make a fold. And this will turn it into our 3D shape. So a fold there, and a fold there, and a fold there, and here, and there. And now I'm going to fold all of my tabs. These little tabs are going to help us form this into a cube. Once you've done that, you can see how you can attach this. So I've laid it out, it looks a little like a cross here. And I'm gonna fold one end up and fold one end over. And then you can just use a little piece of tape. I'm going to tape the outside. If you really wanted to, you could glue this. But I sometimes find that gluing it doesn't make it as secure as a little bit of tape. So just carefully fold that tape over, right on that edge. And now I'll do this one. Little piece of tape. And I will carefully fold that over. And I'll do that on every single side where there's a fold. And just like a box that you might open for a gift, this one will close. And then you can tape, tape, and tape. Okay, there you have it, your Zantangle 3-dimensional cube. All right, campers, I've finished my pyramid and I'm going to show you how to fold and put together your pyramid pattern. You might notice if you're still making Zantangles, I did swirls and scales and circles, stripes, and then this is a kind of curvy checkerboard. Recycle what's left or save it for scraps. And then we'll do our folding along the bends. And there. So now I've got my main parts folded, and the next part is to fold the tabs. So you fold those in. There we go. So to tape this together, bend it and take a small piece of tape, just like that. And then you'll fold the next piece in. They fit together really nicely. Just like that. And for your last one, just fold it in. And now I have my pyramid. Now we'll fold the triangular prism. So for this one, if you're still looking for designs, I did springs and flowers and triangles and squares and swirls and square swirls. Try saying that 5 times fast. And this time I think I'm actually going to bend the tabs first, because this design is a little bit different. So I've bent the top tab. Now I'm going to bend the tabs on each part of the triangle. And there we go. That makes a nice sharp point. And now I'll do the rectangles. And finally I'll do the triangles. All right, so now we're ready. I'm going to set this up like that, because this piece is just going to fold over like this. Now I can do a little bit of tape on the top to hold it in place, and then I'll do all of the sides. And there we go. This is so cool. We're on to our last one, the cylinder. Now this one has some curves in it, and I know this is going to be trickier to cut out than the other ones. So I want to just be really careful with this. And as I cut, I'm going to just cut off big chunks of paper at a time and move it over so that my hand has enough space to really get into the detailed part. That way, when it comes time to do the circles, I don't have a lot of other paper in my way. Be very careful not to cut this off. If you do, you can probably tape it back on, but you'd probably need an adult's help to do that. Now I'm done. So this one doesn't have as much bending to do because it's just attached with this very tiny piece here, but you will need to bend this corner in. And you'll have to bend these up. Just like that. It's gonna go like this, and now you have the task of folding this in. So I'm gonna start by taping this. And then once that's taped, these parts will get folded inside, just like that. See? Look at that. So cool. A little bit of tape on a couple of different sides. If you need some help with this, this might be a project where you get a little bit of help from an adult, if the taping part is hard. But here I have my gorgeous Zantangle 3-dimensional shapes. That was really fun. That was challenging in a good way. And these turned out gorgeous. I'm really proud of mine, and I hope that you are really proud of the ones that you've done as well. Now, you need to save these because you'll be using them in a math investigation. We're gonna figure out what we can discover about the properties of these shapes. So hold on to them and you'll get to use them again soon.